Absolutely. We are ready to rock and roll. Appreciate you guys this morning. It's an awesome Saturday. We're ready to win. Are you ready? Absolutely. I got to ask you guys one question. I had something that was shared with me some years ago, woke me up, changed my whole mind. This training today is about mindset. And I had a friend of mine, I tell you what, a mentor. I won't say a friend, someone I have so much respect for, asked me a question, changed my whole life. He asked, do you have a mind of your own? You know, I laughed. I said, yes, I do. I got a mind of my own. He said, well, let me ask you a second question. He said, you know, since you have a mind of your own, give me an original language or an original thought that we cannot find in the library. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment, because I had to think about it. He said, listen, don't bust your head. You know, you got to recognize that everything in life that you have inside your mind has been given to you. You know, you didn't know your name when you were born. Somebody had to tell you what your name was. You know, my mother probably said my name 1,000 times before I even started answering it. She called me Stan, Stancer. She may have said it 1,000 times before I realized, whew, that's my name. Okay, so yeah, again, my name was given. So after that, she started talking about many other different things, started telling me about what spoons were and all those different things. And of course, in other words, I'm just going to share with you, the mind that I realized that I thought I had was all given to me. My name was given to me. You know, I went to school and many people were telling me different things that I should know. I started gaining a lot of different information from the TV, from the radio, from the magazines. I got everything from peers, from people that I'm sure you guys heard this before. Generally, you are basically the people that you're around. Okay? And so, granted, what their minds are like is what your mind is going to be like. So my question is, what is your mindset on? What are you really committed to? See, I just think about that because when I look at it today, I ask you the question, are you committed to your bills? How did you get committed to your bills? Are you committed to watching TV? How about, are you committed to your dream job? Are you committed to eating? How about, some of you are probably ready to get out, just committed to go out and do their own lawn, or possibly go shopping today. Some people just want to lay back and do absolutely nothing. What are you committed to? What are you committed to? For those who are on this training today, guys, obviously I know that you're at the right place at the right time. You're absolutely committed to changing the way you think. You're committed to having success. I know that because you're on this call this morning. You're one of the people who want to win. You want the best things in life. You're excited about it. I got a message there. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Got a message quick. Let me see. Make sure this says sound check. Have screen. No audio. Hold on a moment. Can anyone hear? Can anyone else hear? Can everybody hear me? Let me go to the screen again for audio. One moment. Okay, everyone can hear me. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much. Again, we're going to go further. Like I would say, go back to your phones. Either you dial another line so you can hear. Because granted, man, this information that I'm learning, remember, I always understand that, you know, they always say, once taught, twice learned. I'm learning this information as I speak about it. This is all new to me. So again, I'm going to move forward further. Again, most of those on this call, we have dreams. We're all ready to make things happen in our lives. That's why we're on this call today. So I appreciate each and every last one of you for being a part of it. Again, I'm going to say this. You know, we got this, I know each and every one of us want to have what we call a wealth mindset. Okay? A wealthy mindset. Now, you know, poor people, you know, they think, you know, that's just the way things are. You know, they always say, you know, with the way things are is just the way things are. Well, again, those poor mindset people just in it for survival. You know, they just want to survive. And I know we hear this all the time. People say, well, you know, I'm just trying to survive, man. And then, of course, you got those old people who will say they just want to get to the end of the month. You know, most people just want to live month by month. You know, they're comfortable. They complain all the time, but they're just comfortable. They're comfortable getting up in the morning and going to work. You know, those are the same people that I run into, and I ask them the question. I say, listen, if that was a way you can take $54 one time out of pocket and turn it into $500,000, you know about it. And they look at me and go, I don't believe it. You know, if I walk up to them and say, hey, listen, there's a job for $50 an hour. Do you want it? They will fill out the application, stand in line all day long, sell themselves so they can get a check. And every single month after getting the job, staying on the job, finding themselves comfortable with the job because they're comfortable with what they're doing. But then guess what? But what are they thinking about? All they can think about is how they're going to pay their bills. Just so I can get to the end of the month. And then you have the rich. The rich, I mean, they make a lot of money. Okay? They think year to year. Those are the ones that plan out from year to year. And they make a lot of money. But granted, the reality of it is that, you know, is that just what we want to do and we just want to be rich and just make a lot of money? Or do we want to move to a point where we're having what we call being wealthy? See, the wealthy think generation to generation. Their whole life is about being free, okay? I mean, free financially, free to spend time with their family. They want time and money. And that's what the wealthy mindset is really all about. I mean, we have 3 levels to understand about how the mind works. There are 3 levels. You have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your superconscious mind. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. Your conscious mind, let me let you know real clear, it's your 5 senses. It's the things you hear, smell, touch, see, taste. See, everything that you see consciously, you feed it to your subconscious mind. So now, if you're all day long looking at TV, guess what you're feeding your subconscious mind? Have you ever been in a point right where you actually watch TV at night and you laid there and in the morning time you woke up with the idea of what you saw on the TV the night before? Why? Because you were feeding your subconscious mind. See, your subconscious mind don't really have any bars. It can't guard off anything. It'll take on anything that you put inside of it. So you have to be careful who you're listening to. Careful who you're around. Be careful what you're saying off your lips, because guess what you're doing when you say it? See, there's 3 levels of conscious that you got to recognize. You have to recognize that you say things consciously off your lips when you say it, right? And then you have that quiet mind that's just saying stuff before anybody else hears. You know, you hear what you're thinking before anybody else. You hear it before anyone else. As a matter of fact, I'm talking to you now. But there's a mind that's on the backside of that mind that's actually talking to the mind, deciding how it's going to receive this information today. Okay? It is feeding. It is what you have already been feeding your subconscious mind. The questions. You know, as a matter of fact, the questions are always going on right now as we speak. But if you actually take the time out to meditate and listen, read great books, read stuff, listen to people, be in a circle around people who are doing things. If you see they're doing great things, you want to be in their company. Because guess what? You're going to be feeding your conscious mind. And of course, in the process, your subconscious mind is going to pick it up. And see, when your subconscious mind picks it up, then it moves into your superconscious mind. See, now, if it moves regardless, you don't know why, it just takes it on. And you actually start taking action. For a lot of people who are in this business today, you're going to be feeding your conscious mind. You're going to feed your conscious mind. You're going to get up every day. You're going to read certain information. You're going to walk around. You're going to be in the midst of good people. And when you're around good people, guess what? You're going to be feeding your conscious mind. And then, of course, you're going to go to bed at night and it's going to be feeding your subconscious. And, of course, you're going to take action. And that's what the superconscious mind does. It takes action. Now, your belief. Now, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say this again. I want you to believe. But what is your belief? Your belief is what you say to yourself every single day. What you say off your lips. Okay? It's what you say. As a matter of fact, I heard a good book says, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. It says every word that proceeded out of their mouth. I think a good book said something to the nature of, in the beginning was the word. See, so the words that's coming off your lips It's basically what you're feeding yourself. Is what you're going to believe. If you tell yourself you're sick, you're going to be sick. If you tell yourself you feel great, you're going to feel great. But mind you, the more you say it, the more you're going to be feeding your subconscious mind. See, so what you got to get into the habit of is telling your mind what to think. You got to get into the habit of telling it. This is what I'm going to think today. Okay? But how are you going to do that? By feeding your conscious mind. Then you're going to go, you're going to say, then you're going to tell yourself how to feel. See, people walk around and tell themselves they feel great. That's what they do. They feel great. Then you got to tell yourself, tell your body how to react. You know, I don't know what, but I know the greatest athletes are saying, listen, come on, body, move it. You can move it. You can do it. You know, you can move it. Move it over here. Move it over here. The mind is controlling that. But guess what? It comes from practice. It's just like in the business. If you're not walking around saying, remember, in our business, if you're not walking around approaching people and asking them the question, you know, if you're not asking the question, that only means because you're not asking yourself the question. You're only going to ask the question to the result of your belief. So what you got to raise? Your belief level. You got to start telling yourself, I'm a winner. You got to get up in the morning, look in the mirror, tell yourself, I feel great. I feel wonderful. I'm beautiful. I look great. Because guess what? If you're waiting on somebody else to tell you that, you're going to be waiting a long time. So again, tell your mind what to think. Tell yourself how to feel. And also, tell your body how to react. Okay? Now, here we go. See, the reason why I'm having this talk with you today, because I believe this. Transformation begins when you log in. Listen, I don't mean just logging into the back office. I'm talking about logging into your mindset. Anything other than that, it is information. See, when you think about it, see, a lot of people look at the business and they say, well, let's log in. They just got information. Information is not transformation. Okay, so the biggest thing you can do in your business today with yourself is decide on a turnaround. What does that mean? Put a stake in the ground and decide that you're going to take this thing by the neck and you're going to make it happen. You got to decide. You got to decide that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now, you got to identify what the problem is. What is the problem? You got to look at it. Okay, why am I not doing this? You got to think about, because you know each and every last one of us say we want something in life, but we have hidden commitments. We don't realize that we got commitments. We say we want to have success, but then we look up and we go, okay, why didn't I do this today? I do that sometimes. I look up and I go, well, I said I want to do this, but then I look up and go, well, why didn't I do it? So I had to start identifying what it is. Why didn't I do it? I came to realization just a brief moment ago that I had moved from 100% to 25%. I started giving other people assignments instead of being the 100%. That was the problem. That was the problem is. Because I realized that in my household that I used to think that, hey, listen, as my children got older, one should take this bill, one should take that bill, one should do this. When in fact, before that, I was paying for everything. So I left from being 100% to 50%, to 25%. Well, in the reality, I should be taking care of it all. You got to recognize what your problem is. So you got to quit retreating. See, you got to attack. They always say if you don't attack your lack will attack you. You got to start attacking it. Okay? If there's a problem, if you don't like talking to people, start talking to people. If you don't understand how to deal with the question, the actual learning, what it is, it's very simple. You can change it. You can change it. What does that mean? You can say it. You can learn it. Say it over and over again. If that was a system that you can take $54 one time out of pocket and turn to $5,000. If that was a system, you can take $54 one time out of pocket and turn to $500,000. Whatever you want to say. But if you're not saying it, you'll never get good at it. Okay? Attack your lack. You want to commit to every position on that board. What I mean by that. See, you know, if you're at level 3, attack level 4. Attack it. How do you know you're going to attack it? Not by paying out of your pocket, by sharing it with other people and enrolling them. Remember what I said, transformation only begins when someone logs in. You can show the presentation all day, but if you're not saying sign in, I'm sending you my website. I'm going to send you my code. You can go in. It only takes 8 minutes to sign in. Commit to your position. You know when you're filling it out, you're going to move to the next position. Focus on the revenue. Granted, how much money are you looking to make? We know we have a program that's setting up right now that each and every last one of us have the opportunity to make 10 grand this month, not next month, right now. See, we got to remember this. Think about this. We have a past, we have a present, and we have a future. See, if you're living out your past, and you got your past in your future, guess what you're doing? That thing called insanity. Insanity means doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. So you want to think about that. You want to think. See, a lot of people take a look at this and go, it's just like all the others. It's just like all the others. No, it's not. Because you're saying it's like all the others. Remember what I said? What you've been feeding your conscious mind, you believe it. See, a lot of us used to believe that Santa Claus was there when we were children until we got older. And then we realized, oh, it ain't there, so we don't believe it no more. And so when people walk up and tell you something good, you say, I don't believe it. Well, guess what? That's true. You can believe what you want to believe, and whatever you believe, you're going to make it happen. So I want you to take on this for a second. Take on going back to the childlike quality. See, I just pay attention to my son. I have a 5-year-old. My son is relentless. He just keeps coming. He attacks his lack. He just don't have no fear. He's not concerned about what nobody else is thinking. Guess what he does? He dominates. He don't compete. So the person that you're going to dominate is who? Yourself. You're not going to compete with anybody on the team. Compete with yourself. That is the power of this business. You have the opportunity to compete with yourself. Now, we're going to think about this. This whole training is your mindset. This is mindset. I know I'm so excited. I truly appreciate each and every last one of you being part of this. But understand something. We have a system. A system saves yourself time, energy, and money. We have a system. See, understand something. Do you know there's such thing called a solar system? Do you know when you read the Bible, it has a system? It's a system. Do you think Microsoft can operate like it does without a system? I mean, it has to have a sense of order. When things are chaotic and things are going everywhere and things you don't have a systematic way of doing stuff, just amazing. Some time ago, I'm a reader. I'm a reader. I was reading about this gentleman by the name of C. Clement Stone. People, if you don't know who C. Clement Stone is, C. Clement Stone, he wrote a book. It's called The System That Never Fails. If you don't have it, you may want to get it. But I found out that C. Clement Stone had to hire this guy. You've all heard of him. His name is Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. But in his lateral days, Napoleon Hill was going broke. You know why? He had to be hired by C. Clement Stone. Why? Because Napoleon Hill didn't have a system. So he had to work for C. Clement Stone. That's where all the training came from. He wrote all the book of the training for C. Clement Stone's business. Now, I just let the cat out the bag. A lot of people didn't know it. Everybody say they're going to think and grow rich, but because you don't know how to think, you're not going to grow rich. You got to change how you're thinking, what you're thinking about. See, because you can think, but your thinking doesn't change anything. Your thinking doesn't change anything. It doesn't. You can think all day long. It's the system that makes it work. If you follow the system, step by step, word for word on what we're sharing with you, you will have a tremendous amount of success. Now, think about this for a second. I want you to think about this. This is part of our system. I'm just going to go through this real quick. You hear it. You see it all the time on training. See, think about this. And you want to do this today. If you haven't done it, write down a list of the sharpest and most motivated people you know and contact them immediately. This is a system. Listen to this. Listen. At least 10 a day for 7 days. I'm going to stop right there. Pay attention. Because, see, a lot of people will go on a job. I got a friend right now. He works a job. You know, he's has to talk to 50 to 75 people a day for them to pay him that check he gets, that little check he gets. But guess what? They got him under the system. If he go into the system and go into business or go into work and he only talks to 10 people a day, then he's not going to keep that job. And here we are. We have a system that's foolproof that you can talk to at least 10 of the sharpest people you know. Talk to them. Ask them the question. If there was a way you can turn one-time payment of $54 or less into $500,000, would you want to know about it? Stop right there. See, a lot of times we get to talking. Well, we in this system. We start changing the way we say stuff. Well, I think I'm going to say it this way. Hey, take a look at this. A lot of money. We get to talking. Something we used to call it back in the day when I was doing training. They call it fire hosing people. If somebody walked up to you, if you walked up to, understand, I'm going to use this as a scenario. It may work out. But if you walked up to a young lady that you like and you start telling her everything about your life and that you love her and care about her and want to marry her and whole 9 yards, guess what you're going to do? You're going to run her away. That is flat out simple. You have to ask the question. Just ask her, hey, listen, I think you're very attractive. Can we go out? She either going to say yes or no. That's what you want. Don't worry about whether people are going to get in or not or what they're going to say. All you want is a yes or no. If they say yes, you say, great, listen. You got ways of being able to share. We say, invite them to our website. It's under fourcornerleverage.com. Four Corner Leverage. Simple. You got to give them anything. You got to send them to YouTube. Where they can see everybody else's site. We have a system on our site. We have a leader that puts together a system. I can't wait till he come on. He excites me every time I talk to him. But he put together this system where it shows us how to move to be the number one team in the whole organization. We have it. Nobody else has this training that you're on today. See, guess what? After you send them to your site, guess what? You can send them to your personal site. Oh, my goodness. For people who like to read, you can go to our site. They can look at the information and see the numbers and add up for themselves. I tell you, they're going to get it. And on top of that, they have no choice but to join. That's how I got started. I was sent to see a video. I went to the site. I logged in, and I said, $18 or $54? Shoot, man, I spend more than that just driving to work every day. Let me go ahead and check this out. I signed in. And guess what? Sign them up. I signed in. And guess what? See, a lot of people don't realize they come to the table saying, I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to know more. Guess what? When you went to college, you filled out an application, you signed up, put your money up. They didn't tell you nothing. You just signed up. When you went to your job and you wanted that little $12 an hour job you went to, you filled out an application and you interviewed. Then you say, well, I work well with people. I'm good, easy to learner. I do all this stuff. They didn't give you all the other information. You signed in. You went to orientation, and then you got what? Training. Is that what we're on today? Training. See, a lot of people think they need to get all the information before they sign up. That's not how it works. We have a system here. Follow the system. Come on, screen. Consider this. I'm going to share something with you. This is training. I know I'm excited. I'm excited. But for a lot of us who are on this system, remember, whenever you sign someone up, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to make sure that they go to the back office. My partner, my friend, the most awesome leader I've had an opportunity to work with, put together a training that if you have not seen it, you've got to see it. Because we have tools that you need to use in order to build it. In every business, there are tools. Guess what? There's no other team out here has the tools that we have. We have a system that you can go on. You can get the information. We're sending out information daily through the website. We can even go to, I'm going to send it. I'm going to say it. I even have a personal site. It's called walkinggold.com. You can go to the training. I got all the trainings backed up on there. But we're going to set it up a whole nother way in a minute where only certain people are able to get to it. But mind you, whenever you sign someone up, make sure you have them go straight to settings. It's so important. My partners, my friends, everyone that I talk to in the business, I say, listen, is 6-3 on. You got to write that down. 6-3 on. They're not in. Let me share something with you. If you don't have them do 6-3 on, you didn't properly enroll them. You're not setting them up for success. They're not going to have any success there. They must not be light blue. Some people don't think that we see that people say, well, I'm in the system, and their thing is powder blue. They're cloudy, see? They're in the clouds. They light. So you know the dark blue in the flame of fire is the hottest color in the whole fire? You want everybody on your team to be dark blue. Everybody must turn their thing to dark blue. If you're not dark blue, you're not serious. You're not serious if you're not dark blue. You must go back to your settings, set it, 3, I'm sorry, let me back this up, 6, 3, and dark, and what? And on. That's on the newsletter. See, that's where your residuals are coming in. See, that's what we're in this for, the residuals. And guess what? It's not out of your pocket. It doesn't come out of your pocket. People get that mixed up. It comes out of your production. You know, we got something beautiful here. Many people have gotten involved in businesses, and guess what? They ain't pay. I mean, I've been in them. $500 a month in auto ships. Let me repeat again. $500 in auto ship, and here it is. You earn it. It does not come out your pocket. Wake up. We're showing you how to build success here. See, listen. Look. See, you're not going to get lucky building this business. See, luck is laboring on the correct knowledge. That's why you're on this training day, to get the correct knowledge. That's what's going to make you lucky. I love how Michael Jordan said. People say, Michael Jordan, you're good at that. Michael Jordan say, you know something, every time I take 100 free throws, the luckier I get. You guys got to get this. Listen, I'm going to turn this table over. Understand, I have a partner that I have so much respect for. He is one of the most incredible trainers in all of this business. I mean, I got to share with you. He's building in 4 continents. 4 continents. He's been working this business. I mean, he's never worked a job in over 20 plus years. I've watched him from the farm. He's built tens of thousands of people across the globe. And he's made millions of dollars in every business he touches. I mean, I'm just so excited to be working with him. I'm going to turn this table over. I'm going to turn over to my friend, mentor, again, Mr. Henry Flynn. Are you there, Mr. Flynn?
Wow. Wow. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Well, fantastic. I got to tell you something, man. I am literally awestruck at your language and at what you're covering. It is a real blessing, Mr. Young, to have you out here preaching and teaching and just flat out doing the things you're doing. The way you're delivering such most important information is just, it's mind-boggling. And what a training this is, a mindset. And were it not for you, we would not be hearing this discussion today. So again, I took some notes. You should see the papers that I wrote things down. I kind of scribbled things down, but afterwards I'll go through it and clean it all up. And I'll keep this information literally forever. And as long as I live, I will share what you just gave to me. So God bless you and your family. Thank you for this information. And oh my goodness, what a difference you have made in my life today. So what I want to do is talk about something real quick, And then as fast as I can, I want to give it back to you so you can close out this monumental share of information today. What I've been given the pleasure to speak on very, very briefly is something that's very monumental in our business. It's called team, and that is together. Everyone achieves more. And I want everybody just to kind of meditate on that, just kind of think on it a little bit. Together, everyone achieves more. And we are a team. See, this is our team call. Everybody in Four Corners is not here. They can be. We're not locking anybody out. But this is our team call. And I believe that right now, we're on the cusp of an explosion in terms of business. But as a team, I think we can get so much better. In fact, I know that we can get so much better in terms of working as a team. So real briefly, I'm going to just touch on something that is paramount to working as a team. One, edification. Now, big word, edification. What is edification? Well, I want you guys to consider the power of edification. I learned that, Mr. Young was talking earlier about the tools, the building tools that we have. All of us on this team have been provided tools, many tools. I sent them out in emails over and over again. I sent them out just the other day. A bunch of tools that we use to build. Like a plumber has tools. Every profession, they have tools that they work with. Well, we have tools in our industry. And I learned a long time ago, as I always point to, that there's one particular tool that if you master the use of this one tool, it can be considered the secret to your success. If you can master this one tool, the use of this one tool called edification, it can be the biggest cause of your global success. Edification is a way of taking yourself out of the picture. I want you to watch the science and the psychology, real briefly, but simply, of edification. You see, this is the most important piece of a three-way call. It's a way of getting you out of the way. This is the language that you use to introduce a prospect, okay? You can use it to get out of your own way, to set up a third party, someone else, to explain the business to your prospect. It gets you out of the way. Now, real briefly, I'm going to run through this. And I think for this team, this may be the first time we've discussed in this medium, in our training call, the use of edification. And there's a reason that we're talking about it today. It is needed on our team. It's lacking. And we need to get better at this. So watch the reason for the key use and the mastification, another new word again, mastification of edification. Here it is. I'm showing you here what we call the edification triangle. I'm going to break it down for you like a fraction so that each of us understand the power and the intelligence of edification. Now, I put some text here for you to kind of help you understand the proper use and how smart edification is. You see, it says, in this business, meaning this industry, not just Four Corners, but in the industry, your prospects or your friends, they trust you. That's what I'm showing here. Between you and your friend or prospect, there may be some trust. If you're talking about your friend, think about this. Maybe they've known you for years. They remember you when you were in college and you were running around with the lampshade over your head. Or maybe, they know that you may still owe them a little bit of money for the last year or two. Okay? So they know you. They know your secrets. They know your family. They know you. They know your flaws. They're your friends. They know you best. Now, that's good. That's a good thing. So you got to understand that although there's trust between you and your friend or prospect, something is missing. So it says here, look at the text over here. They may not respect your business sense, or at least have not developed respect for you as an expert in this business because you are new. So to allow them to respect the information that they're going to hear, you need to edify an expert. That's over here. See, that's a third party. See, you edify this expert, third party. Watch the science of this. There's trust. You edify the expert, which now creates respect that your friend or prospect needs to hear the information. That's what's saying here. You need to edify the expert so they can have respect for his or her delivery of the information. Remember, edification is a big word that simply means to speak well of someone. And by so doing, that gives them credibility to put someone in your business for you. See, you're getting yourself out of the way. You're not explaining it. The expert is. You edify the expert. Now they have respect for what they've heard about this person. It's kind of like a story I heard to illustrate the power of edification. Two guys were sitting in a restaurant eating lunch, and one of the guys, his dream was to own a restaurant. He wanted to open a 5-star restaurant. And so his friend was sitting at the table with him, and he said, hey, you said you wanted to open up a restaurant, right? Didn't you say you wanted to open up and get in the restaurant business? And the guy says, yeah, I do. That's been a long-time dream of mine. He says, oh, wow. Well, you know what? You're in luck. He says, you see those two guys over there in the black and the white shirt? So the guy says, oh, yeah, you mean the two waiters over there? He says, oh, no. They're not waiters. The one on the right is a waiter. But the one in the white shirt, oh, no, he's no waiter. He owns this restaurant. As a matter of fact, that guy owns a whole chain of these restaurants all around this country. In fact, he just got back from Europe where he was putting some things in there at 10 restaurants that he owns over in Europe. No, he's no waiter. He's the mover and shaker. All of a sudden now, your friend is sitting there, sees that person in the white shirt in a different light. Before, he looked like he was just a waiter. But because of what you told him about him, he still hadn't met him, but now he sees him in a different light. So now, when he comes over to the table to say hello, shake his hand, see how things are going, your friend is now going to look at that person with a lot of more respect because of what he's been told about him. That's the key with edification. So, watch what happens here. You talk about their past success. You talk about their current success. And you make mention of their future success. Now, let's keep it simple. It's very simple, my friends, to do this. Watch this. I'm giving you an example on the next slide. Check this out. Here's an example of what you can say about someone to edify them, to get yourself out of the way, so that your friend or prospect can respect the information they're about to hear. This is all you have to say. Past, present, and future. Watch this. Hey, you know what? The individual I'm going to put you on the phone with has over 20 years of experience in the marketing industry. That's past. Right now, they're currently a top performer with our company, present, and is leading a major expansion in the area of the country right now, future. Just that simple. Past, present, future. Listen to this again. Someone is interested, you're talking to your friend, they've seen some things, they've got some good questions, they think they want to move forward. Hey, listen. The individual I'm about to put on the phone with you right now, this guy has over 20 some odd years of experience in the network marketing industry. This guy is currently a top performer with our company. Everybody is pulling on his coattail. And right now, you could be in luck because he's leading a major expansion in this area of the country as we speak. Let me tell you something. You play your cards right and you listen to this guy, you could be sitting pretty a year from now. That's all you have to do. Have fun with it. Play with it. That is an edification example. So keep in mind, edification gives one power. So when you edifying someone, you're giving them power. You're giving them the ability or the credibility to put someone in business for you. You're giving that person power to influence someone's decision. You're giving someone the ability to cause one to act, which is what Mr. Young just talked about. So keep in mind, we must be careful with the use of edification. We got to be mindful of who we're edifying. We got to watch who we edify. We have to watch who we edify because we're giving that person influence, credibility, and power to move people to action. So watch who we edify. See, this is requiring to understand team. Together, everyone achieves more. Think about that. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. Team. Edification is about working together as a team. It's a partnership. Okay? You can edify anyone in the business, but you got to be careful who you edify. So let's move forward. Team. This is a picture of our scheduled webinars. We do them every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, or whatever time that equates to in your neck of the woods. But we're not doing a good job right now of supporting these webinars. I'm going to cover one more topic because we've got to get better at this. Our team right now is on the cusp of a literal explosion because of what's happening over in Africa right now. I'm hoping to hear from a key person if that person can chime in with us any moment now. But I want to talk real briefly about the use of our webinars. This is how we teach and grow your team. I want to watch this. I want to talk about phone etiquette. You see, so much of our business building is done over the phone. You're in training right now. You're not sitting in a room somewhere. You're being trained from the comforts of your home. We're on the phone. Our webinars are done on the phone. So phone etiquette is very, very important because, again, so much of our business building is done over the phone. We're training. So phone etiquette is very important. Very important. Now, a few things about phone etiquette I'm going to challenge each of you to write down. Number one, you've got to support the calls. Right now, we're not doing that. This is your business. How important is your business to you? We've talked about that at length over the last several months. How important is your business to you? Mr. Young just talked about how committed are you to your job? How committed to you about doing anything that you're doing? Watching TV, how committed to you are that? Getting to church, how committed to you are that? We have to support our calls. Okay? Where is your team members right now on this training? What are they doing? Are they committed to the training? You see, something I've learned and I've said and preached for years, no one gets in this business for the training. Very interesting fact. No one gets in for the training. Yet without the training, no one gets whatever they got in for. That's a fact. That's a universal law. Okay? So we got to support the calls. We also, when we're on the calls, have to eliminate noise. Right now, the lines are muted. But we've had a challenge where if we open up the lines, if Mr. Young right now opened up the lines, are we going to hear a lot of crazy talk going on from our team members? Are you going to be having other conversations, taking phone calls when you're supposed to be on training? See, you can't let that go to the voicemail, call them back afterwards. Are you going to be running water, washing dishes, and TV in the background when you're on training? We have to be responsible enough and view our business important enough so that we eliminate noise. We have to bring guests to our webinars. It's not enough for us to show up, but we got to bring guests to those webinars on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights. How important to the businesses are you? We have to promote these calls. We have to talk about them. Teach your team to do these very same things. Duplication. You want to do, and then you want to teach your team to do as you do. See, that's the sense of the system. Because, like Mr. Young just talked about, when you work the system and you teach the system, then your business will work it when you cannot. Because now the system is working. Even though you have other things going on, issues, family, personal, whatever, life happens to you like it happens to everybody. But when it does happen, because of the system, your business is still generating your income. But if you don't utilize the system and to promote what we're doing, then it becomes like a job. You're only going to get paid based on what you do. You want to bring excitement to the phone. Bring excitement. You want to greet each other. When the beginning of the calls, before they're muted out, say hello when people come on to the call that you recognize. Say, hey, great. Mr. Young, great to have you on the call, man. Welcome to the call. It's going to be great tonight. Hey, Tony, what's happening? Great to have you out here, Tony. How are things going over there in Philly? Super. Great to have you on the call, man. Hey, listen, I'll call you after the training. Good to hear your voice, man. Great. How's the family doing? Super, super. That's excitement. Just greeting each other. Nothing deep, no deep conversations because we're gearing up for the training or the webinar. But greet each other. Say hello. That brings energy and excitement to the call. Be early on the calls. Come on early. Get on the call 3, 4, 5 minutes. As people come on, hey, remind them, hey, it's great to have you on the call, man. We're about to get started. Make sure you get your paper and your pens together. You want to take some notes. This is going to be a super duper deal here. Remember, no other conversations. This is proper phone etiquette. Folks, so much of our business building is done over the phone. Let's be professional about it. Let's be professional. We have a great, great thing coming up here on the 22nd. I think that's Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay? I'm going to let that announcement be made in a little bit. Some of you have seen the email on that. It's out of respect for the late Jim Rohn. Something very special is going on around the world. Out of respect for Jim Rohn, who passed back in 2009. But he's been most monumental and most influential to some of the greatest minds on the planet within our industry. And they're doing some things for him. He would have been 85 years old on the 17th, 2 days ago. He would have been 85 years old. But in remembrance of him, something very special is happening. And you have been invited to be a part of that special happening. Make adjustments. Do what you need to do to be a part of it. We're going to give you some details on that later on. But we must be professional. Now, one other thing. I was hoping to have a special guest speaker on our call. I haven't gotten the indication that she is here as of yet. So, we're not going to be able to bring her on board. But right now, our CEO and founder, Mr. David Harrison, is in Africa. He's been there now for the last almost 2 weeks, and our team has literally exploded. But it's one particular leader on our team that is the reason Mr. Harrison is in Africa, the entire continent. Were it not for this one young lady, Miss Katy, okay, we would not be doing business right now in Africa. He would not be there. Okay? She has caused the most significant changes in our team's production. She's awesome. I speak to her all the time. I just did a Skype call with her earlier this morning. She's busy. She's flying out to Africa tomorrow as we speak. She's leaving tomorrow. And some of you have seen some of the images of things going on over there. Probably 80% of everything you've seen is in her organization. And because of what's happening in Africa over the past 10 days or so, her Philippine operation, just over the last week, has grown in excess of 100 people, just in the Philippines. Okay? She's going over there with the training that's been provided to her. She will be on the global stage this coming week, doing trainings over there. She is nobody's joke. And I was really hoping to have her speak to you here today, but she's doing some last minute running around right now in Canada, preparing for her trip to Africa tomorrow. Okay? But we're blowing up over there, ladies and gentlemen. We're blowing up. Now, that's a sign for you to get ready. Because what happens when he goes over to Europe? It's a whole nother continent. What happens when he's over in Germany, the UK, France, folks, Switzerland, Sweden? There are tons of countries over there that he's going to be visiting. You may not know people over there, but remember, who do you know here that knows others there? Let's try it again. Who do you know here that knows others there? We must think global. Not now, but how about right now? We must think global. Okay? And I appreciate this young lady thinking global. She's a true visionary. So, if she comes online before we finish up, you will each have the pleasure of speaking with her. Now, again, I talk about this a lot. Knowing is just simply not enough. We must apply. We must do. Willing is not enough. We must do. So you guys got some great information here. I have literally been blown away at the delivery of information from Mr. Stanser Novak Young. We go way back in terms of business, in excess of 20 years. But this brother, as you hear, is nobody's joke. He comes out of his heart with passion for what he's doing. That is why his team is exploding. He's got gentlemen on his team like Mr. Benjamin Metcalf, who is exploding in this company. He's doing it the right way. He just hit level 4. I wanted to talk about him for just a second. He didn't come out of his pocket to do it, as Mr. Young just talked about. He's doing it out of recruiting, out of production. He's letting our business model move him through the different levels in our company. So kudos, praises, and props to Mr. Benjamin Metcalf. I had a chance to chat with him briefly just the other day, and he's already talking about his vision for Europe and Germany. He's already thinking aggressively in that way. For those of you working with this gentleman, Mr. Benjamin Metcalf, I applaud you, but I caution you. Hold on to this gentleman's coattail. Hold on like you've never held on before, because he's going to literally bust right through the stratosphere. And you do not want this gentleman to leave you behind if you're on his team. He's got the vision. He's got the tenacity. He's got the know-how. He's on the right team. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is turn it back over to Mr. Young. Okay? And let him close it out. And I think we might have Miss Nkem available, but I'm going to just do some things to verify first. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is turn it back over to Mr. Young. So if I can just get a moment to do just that. Wait a minute here. She might be here. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to see if this is her. Can she speak? 1 second. Be patient, folks. 1 second. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Katy Nkem. Listen, I have been talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be quiet, and that's a pleasure for some of you. Miss Nkem, just speak to us. I know you're doing a lot of running around, and you're leaving out for Africa tomorrow. It's great to have you on the team. I know you're the cause of all of these incredible things that's happening in that continent. Please talk to us about how you're feeling, your passions. Thank you for doing the things you've done on the team. And for those of you who had never heard her speak before, listen very intently. She speaks with a lot of passion. She speaks very fast, and it's because she speaks so many different languages. So, Miss Kim, what do you have to say to our team? Welcome to the call. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm
Okay.
very excited to be here today. I'm traveling tomorrow, but I thought it was appropriate to talk to my people here first before going, because I'm taking a message to Africa. Why? Because I believe that a lot of things that are going to happen in the future are going to happen in Africa, and we are ahead of the curve. So it's very important that I be there because this is a dream come true for me. When I joined Four Corners just over a year ago, it was just, well, $18. Wow, I can do it. When you look at video, when you go to the trainings, then you realize that it's not just $18. I call it the little people business,
Mm.
a business that can empower many around the world, not just in North America. We had an issue with the visas because not all the countries have access to visas like we have here in North America. So we had to find many ways to make it easier for people to register and get their money because that is very very important that it happens. And I thank God every day for the CEO that we have because Mr. David Harrison listens. He not only listens, but he takes action. And that's why today he's doing the African tour. Many people don't understand what how we got there. We tried different ways. Today we have the mobile wallet. With the mobile wallet, if you are not yet convinced that we are going places, please, because sitting won't be able to handle the tsunami that is coming from Africa. Because it's just the beginning of better things to come. So I'm going to Africa to train people there to understand the system that Harry has been talking about for months now. We cannot afford for our people to remain ignorant about our system. Because without a system, you cannot achieve what you are set to achieve. Because this is just the glimpse of many things to come. We cannot reinvent the wheel. Things are happening. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited. This is a dream come true for me. I'm leaving tomorrow for Nigeria. We have a session that starts on Tuesday, two sessions in Lagos. The 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then the second session is from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Doral Hotel in Ik. So if you have anybody in on your team in Nigeria, please let them attend this. It's not just about having to listen to the conversation, but we have a real training there. So a face-to-face training. We will teach people how to follow the system that we have because we know it is a winner. You have that in your hand, you have a goal. On the 24th, we will be in Abuja at the Ibeto Hotel. Same time, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Then we move on to Ghana and Kumasi on the 26th and on the 27th. That will conclude the tour of Africa, and we will come back with a lot of things. We are seeing already a wave of a lot of things happening since the tour has started. And come back, I tell you the story. That's for sure. Mhm.
Okay. Katie, do you want to share anything else? I mean, I don't want to cut you off. This is a very special time for just our incredible team, and the clock is not running for you. So if you want to say something else with us, we'd appreciate anything else you can give us, and we appreciate. I, for one, uh, so am thankful and appreciative of your leadership, your tenacity, and your willingness to see and stand firm on what it is that you see.
Yeah.
Um, it has been a
Eh,
long wait. I know that. Go ahead. I don't
Yes.
mean to cut you off. Hmm.
Yeah, it has been a long way. We have come a long way. When we started, it was just a dream. For me, when I saw Four Corners, I said it was the little people business. But you will not always have yes. People are skeptical. People don't believe in a lot of things. But that shouldn't stop you because you have to find people who see what you see, who have the same vision. Because if you get people, you go out after people who are always trying to convince you what you are doing is not right. You are wasting your time.
Amen.
And in our business, it's not a convincing business. We are not there to convince people. We know what we have. We know where we are going. So you go to the next person, look for the four checkers, people who meet certain requirements. Are those people meeting the requirement to be on your team? And if if you are slacking, ask yourself why people are not answering me. Can you recruit yourself? If the answer is yes, it means you're doing something right. If the answer is no, it means you are not plugged into the system because we have a system that works. Don't try to convince people. We have a system in place, three-way calls. Like me, no, I'm always available. I help people who are not even on my team. So I will go to bat for people who are on my team. But you have to show me commitment. You have to show me that you are willing to take that next. I always say, when Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. But sometimes you put yourself in the way of that yes that Jesus said. You have to get out of the way for that yes to be actualized. So step into the door and do what you must to succeed. We have a business that is simple, but you put in time and effort, you will succeed.
Wow.
Whew.
Okay.
So, on that
Wow.
note,
Yeah.
on that note, it was my pleasure talking to you guys today. And I
Yeah.
thank Harry for the job he's doing for our team.
Hmm.
So he's somebody that he's like me. I'm with four corners. I'm a dog with a bone. You won't take it from me.
That's right.
I know what is on that bone. You're not taking it from me anytime, any day.
There you go.
So he is putting in time and effort, and we owe him to put in time and effort as well for our not only our individual success but for our team success. Like he said, together each other achieve. Right?
That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen. Thank you very much from my heart, and I'm sure everyone else that feels your passion because you can be felt. I commend you guys for being here and being part of this monumental, historical training event. So, with that being said, Katie, I need you to do something for me. I cannot do it. You have the presenter role. I'd like you to click on that little green box with the three dots and pass the presenter role back over to our host and key speaker today, keynote speaker, Mr. Stancer Novak Young, and he can accept it and then he will have the honors to close out this incredible training that he has put together. So if you can
Okay.
do that for us, can you do that?
Uh, Thank you very much, Mr. Novak.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Okay. Fantastic. And let's see. You got it, Stancer? There you go.
I got it.
All right.
Let me get back
Man.
to it here. Wow. Wow. I am so excited.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow. 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 That's all I can say is wow.
I know it. Yep. Mm-mm.
Wow. Let me get back with it. I know I am so excited. I hope you guys can see my line. Miss Katy, Nkem, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I got so much out of that. If the team didn't feel that,
right,
you got a hole in your soul
and a cut in your strut.
Listen, we are looking for leaders. Again, what is a leader? You just heard one. You got them on the call. Everybody on this call, on this conference, is a leader. You're a leader. I believe that. I believe you're a leader. Now, but just think about this for a moment. I mean, I don't mean to preach to you, but I had to pull this out because the book said, it said it real slow. A leader, it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. And he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. Let me just make that real clear. Any person that's able to control his own spirit. In other words, leadership starts with you. You're the leader. You are the leader. People, you heard it before. People say monkey see, monkey do. People are going to do exactly what you do. I once heard they say they're going to do 80% of what you do wrong and 20% of what you do right. You are the leader. Leadership definition. Let's just talk about it. The ability to obtain gathers of followers. Now, I once had a leader some years ago say something that was so profound. He said, you want to know how well you're a leader? He says, take off running and see who's following you. If no one's following, guess what? That only means that there's some personal growth that needs to happen. See, network marketing is the perfect opportunity for people to grow. See, the reason why so many people look at the industry and say, hey, that thing don't work. It don't work. No, you didn't work. It's about you changing who you are. See, let me give it to you. You want to write this down. See, a lot of times people come in going, if I don't have it, I can't do it, and I won't be it. But when in reality, it is be. You must be it, you must do it, and then you'll have it. Let me turn that around. I may have said that wrong. See, it is not be, do, have. It's have, do, be. Let me say that again. It is not be, do, have. It's not have, do. Once I get it, then I'll do it, then I'll have it. No, you already have it. A leader is someone that already has it. You're a person that has the ability to make things happen. Like I said, you already have it inside of you. Network marketing gives you the opportunity to learn, grow, and become better. See, leadership is all about influence. You know, great leaders are able to influence others. I mean, when my partner shared with me, he said, listen, a leader is someone who has something to, who actually has someone do something that they never would have done before. They encourage them, they influence them to do something they would have never done before. I'm sure each and every last one of us has done that before, you know, persuaded someone to do something that they've never done before. So again, leaders lead by example. Leaders are readers. Let me say that again. Leaders are readers. See, I said that earlier. If the mind you have today, if the man you have right now can get you what you want, why don't you already have it? I'm going to say that again. If the mindset you have right now can get you what you want, why don't you already have it? In other words, change your mindset. Let me say that again. Change your mindset. See, he who thinks he's a leader but has no one following, only is taking a walk. That's a Chinese proverb. Now, I'm going to open the floor up for questions. Anyone may have questions. Let me open the floor up. Give me one moment. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I haven't seen it. Was probably already open. That was beautiful. Let me see here. Absolutely. The conference is open. I love the silence on the phone. Anybody got any questions that they may have? You're welcome. Speak up. Come on, leaders, say something. Leaders don't stand back. Leaders step up.
Hey, Novak, Mark Higgins.
Mark Higgins, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I am doing great. Thank you
Awesome.
very much. I just want to shout out, show appreciation and love for our team. And that's Team Nike and Team Dynamic, my own personal team. But Harry, Katy, and you, Novak, have blown the roof off this blank today. You've blown the roof off this blank today. And, you know, not everything was new, but there were some new things, most definitely, and most appreciated. The reinforcement is really where the strength comes from. So thank you very much. Phenomenal job. Africa's on fire, and so is the rest of the world. I would just say stay plugged in. It'll work if you work it, and congratulations to everybody in advance. Back to you.
Absolutely, Mark Hagan. Listen, you're a leader building all over the globe. I respect what you're doing. I tell you again, you said it. You know, repetition is the mother of learning. I said it again. How many times did your mother say your name before you knew it? How many times did you write it down on paper before you knew it? See, here's the problem. See, I said it earlier. I said your belief is what you're saying and thinking all the time. You know, some people are right now, they're on the call, they say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. How many people you run into, they say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. Guess what? They don't have enough time. Some people say, I don't have the money. 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 I don't have the... You may as well put music to it. Because that's what they're getting. They don't have no money because they're saying what? I don't have no money. 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 Keep saying it. I guarantee you right now, people are going, I don't have no time. How am I going to build this business? I don't know how I'm going to build it. I don't know how to build it. My business not working. My business not working. My business not working. But how often do you listen to yourself? The power is what you're saying off your lips. But first, you got to what? You got to establish a new mindset by what? Saying it, speaking it, and doing it.
Actually,
anybody else? Anybody else that got something they want to say? Come on, come into the call. We got leaders on the call. Please step up.
Yes, Mr. Young, can you hear me?
Absolutely, Mr. Metcalf, man. I tell you, go ahead, sir. Take it away.
That's him. Okay.
Mr. Young, I appreciate you taking your time out today to train us, to talk to us, as well as Mr. Flynn. Thank you so much for taking your time out today and helping us see and learn the ins and outs of this business. That just means so much to, I know, everybody on this call. I also wanted to thank you, Mr. Young, for everything that you just taught us this morning, and what you're saying is so true. It's just wild how your mind is the creation of your reality. And if you allow it to control your destiny in the way that you don't want it to, then yes, you will be in poverty, not just in physical life, but in your mental state. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you, as well as thank you for giving all the information that you did this morning. And God bless you, Mr. Flynn. I love you to death, man. You're just a power monument in this industry. And anybody that's following these two guys that were sharing with us this information this morning, everybody on the phone, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're listening, because That's the key. That's the key to your success and the lifestyle that you believe that you should have, is listening and taking notes. Every time we have a training like this, execute everything that they've been sharing with you. I also wanted to shout out to the whole team. I wanted to kind of give you a little initiative motive. I've been working with a gentleman called by the name of Joseph Williamson. I wanted to give him a shout out as well. He is blowing it off the chart. He's personally on my top 4, and he is just, wow, I've never seen somebody with that much energy within 1 week. So he went from not even doing the business, and in 1 week he signed up 4 people.
Wow.
And he's looking to get 8 next week, and then 16 the next. And it's not the money that drives him. It's the knowledge. It's helping and changing somebody's life. That's what drives this young man. And I just wanted to give a shout-out to him. But there's a game that we're playing. It's a little game that I learned in the last company I worked with. It's called Tic-Tac-No. I want y'all to write that down. Tic-Tac-No.
Okay.
You write a tic-tac board on a piece of paper. And in those 9 slots, you fill in the most common rebuttals that you get from people. Okay? And what you do is you partner up with somebody in your team or somebody within the company itself, a leader, it doesn't matter. Just partner up with somebody. Send them a picture of that tic-tac-no so they can draw it themselves. Hey, guys, I want you to play tic-tac-no. You're going to try, somebody's going to be X, somebody's going to be 0 or O, and you're going to compete who can get the most notes that you can get. And when somebody fills out that card and wins, then the loser's got to buy them a little treat or something. We usually go out to dinner or something like that. Okay. But it's a positive. It's taking the negatives and turning it into a positive. And so it makes you hungry for the no's, because the more no's you go through, the closer you get to a yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
So I wanted to give everybody that little piece of information today, because I know it helps out Joseph. I know it's been helping out me. And I just wanted to be able to share that with everybody, because I know that is that's a good way to get over the negatives and have a little fun with this business. Okay. Back to you, Mr. Young.
Absolutely. Mr. Metcalf, you blow me away every time I talk to you. I've been knowing you for quite a few years now. We've done business before, and I tell you, I haven't seen anyone grow as much as you've grown. I appreciate you for being a partner and a brother. So thank you for those kind words, and I hope everybody got tic-tac-no, because we're going to be playing the game. If anybody else real quick, yes, sir. Is anybody else that want to say something real quick, and we're going to move on? Well, absolutely. We're going to step up. Again, hold on. Here we go. Get out of this. I'm going to shut that down real quick. I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Here we go right here. Come on. Mute it out the call. All right. Here we go. Build your team this week, not next week. Right now. Right now. See, if you're hungry, you're going to go get some food right now. You're not going to wait on it. For the life of me, I don't know why we say there's a system we have where we give everybody, they say, take at least 1 week to share it with 4 people. When we got some people put 4 people in 1 day. All you got to do is share it. Promote next week's training. What did I say? We're moving like an Amtrak train with no brakes and no gears. Some people are going to be hollering, screaming out, wait up, hold up. But see, the train is that we're on and the engine that moves it is the training. The training is what moves this train. So the training feeds each and every last one of us to know exactly what we need to know, step by step, word for word, on how to take advantage of what's going on. It transforms us. Increase your team members. Remember, you want to duplicate this week. Watch this. You want to duplicate this. If you look at the compensation plan, it actually shows it to you. Shows it directly to you. It says, in the first week, have your person you brought in bring in 4. The next week, have that person 4 bring in their 4. The next week, have the next 4 people help them bring in their 4. What's going to happen? You're going to see a team that is so incredible. And you got to believe this. Your team is growing. You got to focus. Focus on the increase of your team. Focus on it. See, if you don't focus on it, it won't happen. Remember what I said? Luck means what? Taking a shot. Every day. Take 100 jump shots. Like he said, take 100 free throws. Take the shot, you got a chance. Build and increase your numbers. Again, teach and grow your team. I hope and pray that this training on 4 quarters mindset has helped you and your team grow. Now understand something. You want to promote this training. Now again, on tomorrow night, I'm going to say this, on tomorrow night, Sunday, we have a webinar. My partner, my friend, my mentor is going to be doing a webinar. We want to all, again, remember what he said inside of the training. Support the call. Bring someone to the table. Invite them. See, I know in the past, we used to have to pick people up and drive them off in their car. We used to go get them. We used to say, come to the meeting, put gas in your tank, fill it up. Week after week, we do that. You know something? Everything is in the clouds now. You have to learn to build your business from the comfort of your home. I don't think it gets better than this. On Saturday trainings we used to travel to cities to do these trainings. This information that you're getting from Mr. Harry Flynn and myself has been, we used to travel to do this. Here it is right here now. You can't believe how fast technology has moved. Take advantage of it. And an hour or so out of your day to make a change in the way you think is very, very important, because that's all it takes. So let's celebrate. Let's celebrate now. You're a winner. Each and every last one of you a winner. You made it to this training. You made it through. You took some good notes. Let's celebrate the win now. Remember, you got to be it now in order to achieve it, and that's what's going to happen. You got to be it right now. So listen, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this training, for a part of this call. I look forward to seeing you guys on the beaches of the world. Have a great, great day.